Oh, hi everybody. It's Bob from Mountain Crest Farm. Y'all having a great day? I am. If y'all watched yesterday's video, you know why I am. It's always good to get a clean bill of health. Oh me, let me move this back just a hair. There we go. Oh, if you watched yesterday's video, you got to meet one of my doctors. Adam is a cool guy. Now, you got to understand, I check out everything, especially anything having to do with my health. Before I ever met Adam, I knew where he had gone to school. I knew what his grades were. I knew where he graduated in his class. I knew where he went to medical school. I knew where he did his residency and his internship before I ever met him. Same thing with my surgeon, Dr. Wynn. Both of them were surprised because I just walked in when I first met them and just said, okay, what do we got to do? And they were like, no questions, not wanting to know anything about me or anything. And I told them no. I already knew all I needed to know about them. I told them both where they had gone to school, what their grades had been, where in their class they graduated. And they looked at me, both of them, kind of odd. I said, look, I'm putting my life in y'all's hands. If you think I'm just going to give it to somebody that I don't know anything about, you're nuts. If I didn't trust you, I never would have walked in your office. So let's get this show on the road. But anyway, you got to meet Adam, my radiation oncologist, in the video yesterday. Poorly done video. I apologize. It was at the spur of the moment, last minute decision to do the video. I just shot some clips holding my phone. And those clips going down there, I was looking right into the sun. I couldn't get the color right. Overall, informationally, they were pretty good video. Told you what I needed to tell you, or what I wanted to tell you. But they were that was the poorest quality video I've done in a long time, and I apologize. But you got to meet Adam. Oh, how you like the fact that my doctor is married to somebody who's a roller derby queen? I also didn't happen to mention in it yesterday, besides being a roller derby queen, she is a nationally ranked snowboarder. Every time I talk to his office, if he's out of town, they're gone either roller derby or snowboarding. And their daughter's coming up the same way. She's pretty good too. I like that. I like people that think out of the box. And when you've got a doctor whose wife is not a member of the women's club and has that type of an attitude toward entertainment and how to live their life, that's the kind of doctor I like. Anyway, video I watched a couple days ago. I need to... This is for you, Jim. Jim as in Mary Grace's Jim. You might better be having a taste tester around the house. It was the video she did about how did we meet. Talking about all of us on YouTube that see each other's videos. And after talking about how did we all meet, I forget how she got into it, but it was something about, oh, I know what it was. They've got a house for sale, and she had always thought that it would be a cute little house for her to grow old in. Of course, she wouldn't be growing old by herself because she and Jim were going to die together. Jim, she said y'all are going to die together. You might better be careful. The only way you know when somebody's going to die is if you got something planned. Oh, got to pick on you, Mary Grace. Oh, and as far as how everybody met, I don't know. Before I ever ran into Mary Grace, I watched several of the channels that she watches. I've been watching Out West Homestead for a year longer, I think. Bill and Susie are awesome folks at Out West Homestead. And Gnome Farm, or Gnome Rick at, God, Rick, I'm sorry, I can't remember your channel name. I'd been watching him and didn't even know I was watching who Mary Grace was talking about, because she kept talking about gardening in Gnome Town, I think is the name of the channel. Well, his channel used to have a different name. I watched him under the different name. I had no idea who Gardening in Gnome Town was, because Mary Grace had mentioned that channel a couple of times, and I never went over there. I'm not into gnomes. So I never went over there. And then one day I happened to go over there, and there's Rick. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's not his name, or not his channel name. So I'd seen his before I ever met Mary Grace. Farmer G. But it is funny how we get to know people on YouTube. Typically, you get to know people who are, if you're a creator, if you make YouTube videos, you get to know people with similar interests. Well, based on that, I should be getting to know people that are homesteading related, something about homesteading. And I do. I watch. I've got a number of those type of channels. And I don't get politics on my channel, as y'all know, but I do watch a number of politically oriented channels. But also, you stumble across other channels that are not in your niche, whatever. You stumble across other channels that just, you wouldn't think. Who would ever think I'd be watching Mary Grace? Or, I started to say, or Bill and Susie out at Out West Homestead, but you know, they're living out in the country and very self-sufficient, so I guess they do fit with mine. But it is odd how you run across people. Now, I can tell you some other channels if you like mine. I can tell you some other channels that you'd probably like. One in particular, North Country Off Grid. I mentioned him, and it was either a video or one of my live streams. Chad and Shelby out and their family out in northern Idaho. You might actually know them even if you've never seen their channel. On, I think it was the DIY Network, there's a show about tiny houses. And Chad and Shelby were featured on that show, one of the episodes on that show. So if you go to North Country Off Grid's YouTube channel and you think, those people look familiar. Well, if you watch the noisy rooster. Well, if you watch the DIY Network and you watch the Tiny House Show, I don't know exactly what the name of the show is, but it's something about tiny houses. You might know them from there. And Chad and I have sort of we didn't start out having a competition, but it's sort of an unspoken competition. He'll have a new litter of pigs and post it up, and then I did a video talking to my pigs, telling them that we needed to catch up because Chad already had a litter of pigs, and then I do another video later where, hey Chad, I caught you, here's 3 litters at once, and things like that. We sort of joke back and forth about it. He just got a cow. It's funny, he did a video where he just got a Highland, Scottish Highland cow. And it's funny, I saw that video the same day I got my cattle. God, is that just week 4 last week? When was that? This is Friday. It was last week. God, time flies. But we sort of have a competition without meaning to. He has pigs, and then all of a sudden I got piglets. He gets a cow, and darned if I don't have some cows. But anyway, just funny how, what's the saying, something about 6 degrees of separation, that we're all connected somehow or something like that. I don't know. And I am rambling today. Oh my God, I'm rambling. I haven't had enough coffee. I haven't had enough coffee because I'm having a drink out of a small cup. Yeah, I don't have my insulated mug. I took a cup of coffee with me to the hospital, to the cancer center yesterday when we went down there, and left it in the car when we got home. So this morning when I went to fix a cup of coffee, my cup was out in the car and I wasn't going out to get it. So I'm using a regular mug, cup, coffee holder, whatever. I was watching those clips yesterday that I used to put together that video, and I have decided, the first clip, I have decided I got to get some false teeth. In these videos, you don't see them that much. I'm back from the camera a little bit, but you know what? Those two things were front and center, right up big in the video yesterday. When I was looking at that clip doing the editing, I did a little bit of editing on that yesterday, not much. But when I was doing what little editing I did yesterday, all I could see was two teeth. And I thought, my God, Bob, I don't see how you have any viewers looking like that. But I was doing that little bit of editing on it, and I decided, Bob, it's time for some false teeth. See, I've done without them for, this is 2019, which means 8 years. Yeah, since October of 2011. So I guess it's about time. I do fine without them. I don't see what the big deal is about teeth. I eat steak with them, without them, just like that. Oh, me. I'm rambling. I guess I really need to call it a day on this one. I got a lot on my mind that I'm having to deal with today. Not bad stuff, don't worry. Nothing bad. Just today is going to be a full day, and I'm sitting here trying to talk to y'all, and I've got all this stuff going around in my head that you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. Part of what you got to do is 25 miles away because you got to go over and deal with something about the cattle. So I'm just rambling. Didn't really have a good topic. But I did want to talk to y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic day. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why down below. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Ring the little bell so you get notifications. Have an absolutely awesome day. Oh, and down there in the description, I've got a book out, about beginners raising pigs. It's a Kindle book. The name of the book is Yesterday I Couldn't Spell Pig Farmer, and Today I Are One. If you think you might be interested in it, it's a Kindle book. If you're a Kindle Prime member, you can use the Kindle Lending Library and read it for free. If you're not a Kindle Prime member, if you're not a Amazon Prime member, I think it's $7.99 or $8.99, something like that. It's an enjoyable read whether you're going to raise pigs or not. And to have an awesome day, always remember it's really, really simple. Just remember that number one, the tomb was empty. And number two, he is alive. So y'all got to have that awesome day. I'm going to go get to work. I'll see y'all later.